Welcome members. Welcome in group of engaged with tech market analysts. This group runs in Silicon Valley, California, New York, London, Edinburgh, Bangalore. Today's topic of webinar is Disruptive Market Potentials of CBIA, that is Convergence of Blockchain, IoT, and AI. I'm Sumant Purmal. I'm the presenter here. I'm Chief Analyst of Agile Research. I'm going to walk you through what actually mean when I say convergence of blockchain, IoT, and AI, and what are the disruptive market potential for converging technologies. So, as a technology professional or entrepreneur or business professional in tech world, you must be always analyzing the individual stack of this technology. You must be building some solutions based on blockchain or IoT and AI, and must have some insights of the customer requirement or the industry requirement or how the industry is moving. But when we kind of try analyzing 3-4 stacks together, then the challenges emerge. How, when you mold or combine these stacks, how the market responds, how the industry responds, how your customer responds. So that's the reason we are bringing this webinar, because traditionally all analyst presentation, if you go through most of the market side of the analyst, they either analyze these stacks independently or maybe mostly the combination of two, but they don't consider generally the 3-4 technology stacks in a single analysis or in a single kind of approach. So that makes this presentation different, and we look forward to you learning from this presentation. And of course, I think this webinar got postponed earlier also. I really regret for that, because we wanted to have a better response, because this is very niche kind of webinar. You may not be getting from the many analysts these kind of perspectives. So to start with my presentation, I'll compare this entire CBIA concept, and to make you clear what is the CBIA, what is this convergence. I'll map these 3 technology stacks which we are discussing today, that is blockchain, AI, and IoT, very similar to human brains. So if you see human brain, these are the functions of human brain, and we all are human here. We know how our brain are critical, and how it works. So if you see the right side of the human brain, this map, I mean, not the right side of the actual human brain, but I'm talking the right side of this picture which I'm presenting. Hopefully you are able to see my slides, right? And you are able to listen me also.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. So if you see the right side of this sketch, and this can be, if you are designing any converged system, any integrated system, then this right side can be suddenly said that this is working as a IoT system. So what does it mean? It can sense, it can read the value, it has a vision. So all IoT devices, so many IoT devices are coming with a vision, like cameras. Similarly, the sensing part is there in the brain also. So what I'm saying is IoT system is mapped to the nervous system of the brain. Okay, so similarly, come towards the AI system. So AI system here, you have the problem solving approach. So these are the cognitives, the emotional traits, reasoning, judgment, speaking, and then this also command to the motion activity. So AI system is also integrated in brain. And if you see blockchain, what is blockchain? A data memory which can't be altered which goes inside the memory for lifelong. So if you analyze the human brain, there are certain cells of human brain which retains a memory for the lifelong, and there are certain cells which are temporary. So in blockchain also, you are going to store some data for lifelong for the record purpose, which are called unmutable records. But there will be some transactional nature records which we can delete after 1 month, 2 months, or maybe after a year. So it is the memory part of brain is working very similar to blockchain. So this picture signifies how the convergence is happening. So convergence is happening in human brain. Similarly, the convergence is happening also between these three technology stacks in the IT systems. So the blockchain is similar to human memory, the AI is similar to human brain, the reasoning part of the brain, and IoT is similar to nervous system. So hopefully with this diagram, I'm able to explain what I see when I say CBIA, convergence of blockchain, IoT, and artificial intelligence, how it looks like, So all this technology converging in the existing systems like human brain. So let me go to the next slide. This prediction I ran in my previous presentation also, and why I'm just walking through this prediction again, because here in my last presentation I predicted about convergence of blockchain, IoT, and AI, CBIA model I predicted, and so this prediction is kind of reiterating it again, that decentralization through blockchain will destroy the centralized platform business model. Okay, so the emergence of decentralized apps, DApps, using blockchain to catalyze market disruption, blockchain technology to undercut the competitive advantage of platforms. So decentralization startups are emerging by leveraging blockchain-based trust and identity and building their business model on convergence of blockchain, IoT, and AI. So entrepreneurs earlier planned to invest into platform-based business models should have a relook on opportunity being offered by dApps and CBIA. So that's the reason we are now going to discuss CBIA, because I predicted it some time back that this is the most innovative area. Okay, so someone's saying that voice is not audible. So what I can do for that, let me increase the gain of my microphone. So now it's audible. I've increased gain of my microphone. Yeah, that's good. So, but I stops here. I lost my slides also. Wait. Yeah, so. Okay, so now let me resume my slides here. So I was walking through these predictions, the region, because now we are going to discuss in detail the CBIA. Okay. Now let us go to the next slide. This is the diagram I think I walk you people through in the last presentation also. See, blockchain is this side of this blockchain or IoT circle may not be necessarily representing the market size of that stack, but it's just a replica of the particular technology stack. So if you can see, here is the blockchain technology stack, here is the IoT, here is the AI. Now this is the interfacing. It's like this CBIA is touching all these three. So that means this is the convergence area. Okay, so we are talking this. And this is the most happening area for innovation going to be. So if you are not working in this circle, that means you are missing towards a big innovation. Either you are working isolated in IoT, of course you may be tracking or solving some of the problems, but the innovation which is going to hit here, you are likely to miss it. And you are working isolated in AI layer, but you are not thinking about the other two layers, so then also you're going to miss the most innovation area. So as per one of our predictions, CBIA has innovation potential up to $300 billion US. So IoT, the bigger market, AI is also bigger market at present. Blockchain is still emerging; it's still below 100 billion USD market, but IoT is running in well beyond 1,000 billion market, and AI also approaching around somewhere around $500 billion or above $500 billion mark. So if you combine all these three, so there is a potential that new innovative market segment will emerge. So if you add those new opportunities of innovation, so it has been predicted that this circle may represent around 300 billion USD market opportunity in next few years. So that's the big opportunity we are talking about, and very few players are still prepared in these segment. So if you see here, we have aligned some of the opportunities which combines these three technology stacks, are smart contracts or connected insurance. So nowadays the insurance are automated, but those are not true automated. It has the manual intervention also, but when the smart contract and IoT based and AI based insurance system will get enforced, then the vehicle will be automatically tracked in an accident condition, and the smart contract will be automatically triggering the payment by judging automatically through IO systems what kind of the damage has happened to your car. So I mean, there is no going to be manual exercise anywhere. There is no need of estimator, there is no need of surveyors, there is no need of someone approving your bill after seeing the photographs of your damaged car. So everything is going to be automated. So similarly, you have the autonomous commercial agents also. So similarly, you have automated proposals also, like automatically the commercial agents will disaggregate the proposals or re-aggregate the product proposals depending on your customer needs. So distributed apps are also going to be under the scope of CBIA. So what I mean to say, these are some of the area. In future slide, we will walk you through more area. So here I want to walk you through that the CBI in action. So you see this kind of chartboard created for again for some kind of customer services. And what's happening? If you see, this chart box is designed by SAP Ariba. Now in this you will see all these three technology stacks are working. So this is the good example of the convergence of these three stacks, that is AI layer, blockchain layer, and IoT layer. So here the chart box started, and then so it's saying welcome Alex, so how can I help you? So this, of course, this is coming through AI, right? Now Alex is saying to chatbox, find supply and create contract for 300K tons tomato delivered next Monday. So the chatbot is actually now doing some analysis, and based on that they have identified two suppliers, and then so they have presented the two options through a smart contract. So this is the blockchain layer. So because the smart contracts are based on the blockchain, so this is the blockchain layer coming here. It is AI layer coming. Now what's happening? These blockchains are getting the smart contracts based on blockchains are getting enforced through some kind of sensors. Because if there are delay or there are vibration or there are overheating in the veggie supply, then a smart contract will trigger some penalty. So definitely this IoT is working here. If you see IoT is going to sense heating, and IoT is going to sense vibration. So this IoT will feed to the smart contract system to make sure that the agreed parameters are honored or not while transporting the veggies. So this is how a simple integration and convergence you can see in action, for this SAP Ariba chart program. Okay. Now in this next SAP Ariba flow diagram, you see how the CBI have been integrated inside the business process, right? So if you see, it is fully integrated inside the business process. So here the machine learning models, which are nothing but AI models. AI models. Okay, so these are all doing some analysis, some planning, and then these chatbots are again based on AI. They are generating the smart contracts. They are talking to customers. So similarly, the blockchains are enabling the smart contracts, and blockchains are also enabling tracking. So in this diagram, you'll see the one more integration, the virtual reality and augmented reality. And similarly, the IoT is also getting integrated, which enables the monitoring of the status of the vehicles and transport systems. Okay, so this is how the entire supply chain is getting enabled through the CBIA processes, So this is the core enablement of business functions through CBIA, okay? So any questions so far, or we'll have a standard Q&A session at end. If you have any question, just you can send your query on the chat window, or you can unmute your mic to talk also in between some time. Now, here I am showing you a vendor solution which is deep into the CBIA stack integration. So they are integrating these all three stacks which we are talking about. So of course the big data is actually getting generated from IoT. So you can say this is the layer. IoTs are feeding the data. So you have a big data layer here. Okay, so now this is getting interface with the blockchain layer here. Okay, then you have another some data analytics and AI layer here. Okay, so you see that these are totally integrated. So IoT is here, DL or BC is here, distributed ledger and blockchain AI is here. So if you study Xanadu with big data and blockchain technology, then you see they have developed these kind of full stack implementation for CBIA, and I think you can try their technology also for if you have any project coming up for this kind of integration. So with this, we are going to the next slide. So again, I want to show you another vendor, another vendor solution. It's OpenText. So OpenText, you see, OpenText, how they are kind of implementing the CBIA using their technology for again the perishable goods supply chain. Perishable goods supply chain. So if you see the perishable goods supply chain has a lot of temperature related or storage related preconditions. Those are inbuilt into the smart contracts. So these are the smart contracts. These are enabled on the blockchain platform. So they have the blockchain platform here. Okay, and these are coming from IoT sensors, these temperatures, So this is IoT's output. Okay, now this IoT platform is there from the OpenText again, and these all getting integrated here. Okay, now they are doing some analysis also, so and that is based on the AI model, So if you see this the OpenText trading grid, so this is their tool or platform which integrates all these three. Okay, these three stacks. So this is the wonderful example of how OpenText is working in CBIA area for enabling the live business use cases, and particularly they have shown here the critical supply chain item like perishable goods, or in other case also we discuss about some of the veggies, how they are getting tracked through CBIA elements. Okay, so we will go to the next slide here. What we are saying, with the convergence of blockchain, IoT, and AI, it's possible to have in real-time demand supply visibility across the supply chain. So especially in this slide, we have talked about supply chain, but there are many other business domains where you shall find application of CBI. In fact, if you are an entrepreneur, you can think about n number of business domains and n number of business problems which can be solved through the CBI approach. So, but here, just because we can't cover each and every industry domain, so we just pick up focusing on supply chain here. So real-time sourcing to be also done by utilizing a smart contracts to gain any price volume benefit from suppliers. At one end, millions and millions of smart virtual commercial agents shall be deployed in downstream side of the supply chain to deal with real-time strategic sourcing through smart contracts. The other end, the smart contracts shall also get enforced in upstream side of the supply chain for bulk institutional purchasing of the CPG products either in online or offline manner. Blockchain shall also impact retail industry pricing pattern. Revenue models as we get hidden market opportunity and gets spotted through smart contracts and virtual agents. Pricing shall become more dynamic. You know, if you have the AI system built with the BI and with the blockchain and with the real feedback coming from the field through IoT, you can have a very, very dynamic pricing, you know. And e-commerce platform for retailing like Alibaba, eBay shall be under disruption threat from the P2P transaction. This prediction we discussed many times, but we will cut it short here. An ecosystem level architecture combining power of blockchain, IoT, and AI is going to build 360-degree view of the provenance application. Okay, so the product provenance, supply chain provenance, you know, I mean to say, where this CBIA is going to deliver 360-degree view of the product at every stage of the transportation to retailing. So now this is very important, you know, where we are moving with the CBIA, with the combination of these four technology stack, we are moving towards Web 3.0. So what do you mean by Web 3.0? So we had earlier version Web 1.0, then Web 2.0, now the latest is 3.0 and it is moving towards 4.0. So of course the intelligence layer and tracking layer and is getting added in all these versions. So earlier version we are like simply display of some data or information. Now next version like 3.0 is more kind of intelligent. So these layers are getting this 3.0 is getting enabled by again by the convergence of AI, blockchain, and Internet of Things, IoT. So this is the differentiating layer. This is called semantic web. So semantic web has been defined by Tim Lee. He coined the term semantic web as a part of this vision of Web 3.0. So what will happen here? The web becomes intelligent. Even if you before going to search search the internet, your browser, your search engine know about your intention, your intent, what you are going to search or likely going to search. Similarly, through IoT, it is possible to have omnipresent web. So I mean, the multi channels can be tracked and can be integrated in the web. So the web is also moving towards trusted webs because the blockchain is now getting getting used inside the web technologies. So this is how with the help of convergence of AI, BC, and Internet of Things, IoT, Web 3.0 is going to come further in a mainstream. So here again some of the glimpses of CBIA in action. So one example here given as a recent solution of Fujitsu, where they are tracking you know, the stress, heating stress in which their workers, I mean the various workers are getting exposed, and through AI system an IoT system. They are deciding which worker is exposed to what extent or likely to be exposed to what kind of heat and working condition hazards, and what kind of losses they are going to have, the health losses they are going to have under various working conditions and circumstances. And based on those predictions of possible health losses through blockchain mechanism and through smart contract mechanism, they are triggering the automatic insurance payouts. So automatic insurance payouts getting triggered here. So this is the one solution developed by Fujitsu for the industrial worker. So similarly, I mentioned about the Web 3.0. So this is one more example of Web 3.0 here. So this is again the self-driving car example is also getting integrated in IoT and blockchain space, you know. So there are many examples which are coming up, you know. So ultimately you'll see that all these modern inventions like self-driving car or autonomous vehicles, that won't be possible without interventions of all these three technology stack, that is IoT, blockchain, and AI. You know. Any questions so far? So this is one example of typical convergence stack. So if you see in these stacks, the verification layer, you have the all blockchain related enablement. Okay. Application layer, you have all AI related enablement, and here also you have some kind of blockchain related enablement, and distribution and hardware layer, you have the IoT related enablement. This stack is converging, right? That's what it's showing. So these are some of the further CBIA example. These are some startup example I've given, like BitSE. You know, so I'm not going to read it right now because I'm running a little late as far as the timing is concerned. We have to finish it on time. But these all webinar recordings will be available on YouTube after we finish this webinar, and you can go through it again to read these about these startups, what they are doing. Yeah, that's what the business model. There is a question across the business model on, with the rise of IoT, blockchain, and AI. So one aspect I have already told, even if you just implement the blockchain, you just focus on blockchain, that is also a lot of disruptive potential is there. But when you combine the blockchain with the IoT and artificial intelligence, the disruption possibility and opportunities and innovation opportunity goes far beyond what you are going to address through the single stack. Like either you are addressing through blockchain, or either you are trusting to AI. You know, so you know, with all these three combined, the chances and the potentials of disruptions and new business models are going to increase. I discussed many new business models like insurance payout, worker compensation system. I mentioned about the Fujitsu, you know, how they have changed the entire worker, prevention systems. So are many possibilities. So we are running out of time. We have to skip this slide also. This is another startup example I mentioned here. Sorry, this is Cronin Cell. So this startup is also applying the CBIA opportunities. You know, so you can go through this slide again when its recording gets loaded. So what are the predictions here? Distributed ledgers and blockchains enable micro enterprises to exchange value and assets, bypassing the large industrial scale corporations. So these changes represents the real sharing economy, with individuals and a small business having the same access to economy of scale as a larger industrial corporation. So this is prediction. No, I mean, there was a question, what kind of business models will emerge? So this is one of the biggest prediction. You know, what is saying that even the SMEs, through the power of CBIA, that is convergence of blockchain and IoT and artificial intelligence, they are going to collaborate to such an extent that they will challenge the Fortune 500 industries. So this is the one prediction here. The next prediction is blockchain enabled convergence will come to disrupt the whole value chain of commerce from manufacturing through logistics and supply chain to retail. Disruptive innovation will happen at the product level, with these technology providing a cheaper and more efficient solution to problems. So one more prediction here, by 2019, that is this year itself, the IDC said that 20% of all IoT deployments will have basic level of blockchain service enabled. So the guys, you are working with the IoT solution, do keep in mind that you need to also think about building the blockchain services inside your IoT deployment. So plain vanilla cloud services provider to be disrupted by blockchain service providers. So what happened that those who are investing heavy in the cloud-based solutions, so they are also likely to get disrupted. So now you have to, your cloud solution is to get enabled by blockchain services also, because plain vanilla cloud will not play any pivotal role in next coming few years. So blockchain combined with power of IoT and AIT having potential of disrupting biggies like Google, Amazon. So as I said that, like what I said here for the manufacturing biggies, similar thing is applicable for the tech biggies also. So manufacturing biggies will get disrupted. Similarly, tech biggies will also get disrupted by CBIA model. Apart from convergence, nexus of three technologies, the BitSE, IoT, and AI also emerging for strengthening of each tech stack. So I will also walk you through the nexus. Like I walk you through the convergence of these three technology stack, like BitSE, that is blockchain, IoT, Internet of Things, and AI, artificial intelligence. Now I'll quickly walk you through the nexus of three forces. Nexus of these three technology, how these nexuses are evolving. So convergence and then nexus, right? So this diagram will explain how the nexus is working. So consensus building is a part of blockchain mechanism. So the AI is helping in consensus building mechanism. Next slide you will see how AI is helping the blockchain in building the consensus. So similarly, the data sharing. So data sharing is also linked with the blockchain, and is also linked with the IoT. Okay. So both are enabling each other. So here you can see the strong nexus between blockchain and IoT, and incentivize algorithms. So here you can see a strong nexus between AI and BitSE, blockchain. Okay. Because the incentives are given in the blockchain tokens and algorithms are building AI. Now, let me walk you through the various nexus scenarios. So I mentioned about the new consensus mechanism for the blockchain-based protocol is coming here, which is known as consensus algorithm. So proof of intelligence. Okay, proof of intelligence, like you have proof of work, proof of stake for validating the blockchain transactions. So similarly, the new mechanism of validation is coming or almost have been established. This is called as proof of intelligence. This is a typical example of how AI is influencing the blockchain. So what's happening here? Here a validator has been asked to train a neural network, and using the parameters of that neural network, a proof of computations gets established. So here you see a diagram, where this neural network is getting trained for every proof, for establishing every proof of transaction. So what is the proof of intelligence mechanism? So proof of intelligence mechanism is an economic measure to deter denial of services attack by requiring participant solvers in ION average. So ION is the vendor who has established this protocol to perform AI computation, and the intent is to motivate the creation of AI specific or specialized hardware that could be used for machine learning and neural network training in the future. So next is, what are other AI BC nexus? So AI and blockchain nexus, reducing energy consumption in mining. So energy consumption is a big challenge for blockchain. So artificial intelligence algorithms are going to reduce the energy consumption while mining of the bitcoins or cryptocurrency, or say the blockchain blockchain fields. AI for efficient mining process. So the mining process will also be optimized by using the AI algorithms. AI for BC purging. So a lot of data need to be removed with the time on the blockchain storage. So their AI will be also used for identifying which data can be made redundant or can be removed. AI for enhanced BC security. The blockchain security is also a threat. It is not that blockchain is 100% safe. So machine learning algorithm need to be deployed for monitoring the various transactions or various security threats getting bombarded into blockchain network. AI for extra utilization of mining hardware. So many mining hardware remains idle for some time. So AI can utilize those hardwares, idle hardwares from time to time. AI for intelligent data trading. So data trading will become a new business model. So AI will help in that. So similarly, the blockchain versus AI nexus, if you can see, so blockchain for trustworthy AI. So right now, the trustworthiness of AI system depends on what kind of data fed inside that. So if you are securing your or feeding the trusted data based on the blockchain, the AI model will be more trustworthy. So BC for secure data sharing for increasing AI effectiveness. BC to create new data algorithm marketplaces. BC to allow emergence of new marketplace for data and algorithm models. BC for reducing AI risk. So AI should not kind of overrule each and everything. So when you build a specific condition smart contracts, then AI will be limited to that. So now next nexus we will discuss about BC in IoT. So BC for secured IoT stack. So blockchain to enable secured IoT stack with a secure data infrastructure to capture and validate data. BC to monetize IoT data. BC to disrupt cloud IoT nexus. This also I discussed earlier. BC for high performance computing. So next nexus is IoT and blockchain nexus. IoT became blockchain nodes. So there will not be always a separate blockchain node, but IoT device will act as a lightweight nodes for blockchain. So energy efficiency will be optimized through the IoT devices. IoT blockchain to reduce data bandwidth. Similarly, IoT AI nexus. Okay. Similarly, AI IoT nexus. Okay. So I think these are very obvious nexus. So I'm not going in detail with this. I'm coming towards end of this presentation here. My email ID is sumant@startcsi.com. You can send the question because there's less than 1 minute time is left in closing down this race. So again, thank you for your participation. You can reach on my this ID.
Hey, hi Sumant, Sushnata here. Can I ask a bunch of questions?
Yeah, but this bridge may shut down. What I'll do, I will reconnect after once this bridge shut down. You are getting my point. So you can ask the question, right?
Okay, I just want to kind of get an understanding about the applications of blockchain in